Hello and welcome to our 8th episode of The Law Project with me, your host Han Royani, and my co-host
BJ, what's up?
Today we're joined by a recurring guest actually.
Second time on?
A second time on, yeah. That means we're doing something right, I guess.
He's doing something right for sure. That's why he's here.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Please welcome to the show, Irfan. Yeah. Woo.
Hello.
All right. So how you been, Irfan? You good?
Okay.
You look like you look a bit tired.
I'm a bit tired. I woke up about 20 minutes ago.
Nice.
I was late as well. Sorry about that.
It's all good, man.
You know what I really liked watching Han? Like, he doesn't have a persona,
Right.
so he just goes straight into it.
Yeah,
and I'm so used to people like having personas and stuff, but like you're just this is you.
Direct.
If you ever meet Han, this is how he is.
Yeah.
Yep. All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
It's
Alright.
really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna get straight into it then. We'll get into some good news later. But
Later.
Let's
You
start with
start
bad
with
news
the
first.
bad
we'll start with
first.
some bad news first. Lah. How do I start this? Okay, so basically, another week, another Israeli war crime.
Let's go.
I can't believe you just wooed to the news of Israel bombing. Israel strikes southern Beirut and they leveled a building. After just a week ago, they burned a tent just outside Rafah Hospital. Is that right? Yeah, so it's hard to cover news like this, but I think it's something that people need to know or at least share.
On that note, I have some additional news about Israel that's happening that people actually don't know about.
What?
And not much of the news is actually covering. And is that there have been new settlements in the West Bank and Rafah.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a quite a big deal over the last, I think, couple of months or so, where new settlers have been moving into previously war-ravaged areas, and it's not being covered by mainstream media. Not even, I think Al Jazeera mentioned it a little bit, but then now it's not becoming it hasn't stuck in the news cycle, So that's unfortunate, and it just goes to show, like, I understand that the conflict is a very complicated issue. There's lots of parties involved, especially now, but it just goes to show that critics and pundits that have been saying it's nothing more than a land grab is looking true. It's looking true, unfortunately.
I mean,
at the end of the day, it seems like all Israel wants to do now is, expand territorially. And that could only mean worse things for Gazans and the Palestinians.
Yeah.
But at least they're consistent.
At least they're consistent.
Israel, that's the thing about Israel is that, like, let's be honest here. A lot even as Malaysians, we're very used to lalang politicians like this and that. At least Israel is like, no, we want land. And we will do anything to get this land. And that's nice. That's nice to see, like, they keep up their aims and objectives. Kind of in school, like, aims
no
and
matter
objectives.
how many leaders they kill.
It's like...
They just killed another one today.
They just killed another one,
Hezbollah.
leveled the building. That's very nice. Like, not nice, but it's consistent. And it's...
I mean, if you're an Israeli...
And if you're an Israeli... if you're an Israeli, if you like Israel...
like,
good for you.
My government's doing
My government's doing some...
You can't deny that.
Yeah, how many people can say their government is actually doing something for them?
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia?
Yep. Not many.
Not many. Israel is actually
so much for a unity government, right?
Yeah. Israel is killing it, literally and figuratively.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if we can post that. Can we post that?
We might, to the detriment of your career, we might.
I don't have a career.
So it doesn't matter.
I don't have a career.
Okay, let's jump from one bad news to possibly another bad news. You know how the war has been going on in like Russia and Ukraine, and apparently the US just confirmed that North Korea has started sending troops to Russia.
For what?
Most likely to
fight in the war in Ukraine?
To fight in the war in Ukraine to help Russia, because you know how Putin and
You know what?
Putin
I have a take on this. Those troops, those North Korean troops, the happiest they've ever been. They don't gotta eat rats no more, man. They don't
This is
eat
the happiest
rats.
they've ever been. Going to war compared to being
In
in
a
North
colder
Korea.
place?
Whoa, yo.
With like deer running around.
Yeah, dude. It'd
No,
be so
deer.
nice.
Oh, deer. Yeah.
At least they can see the
Yeah,
snow and all
Oh
that.
my God.
They
Dude,
can see their friends.
They are going to go back to the caveman era. They're going to be setting traps for the deer.
Yeah,
They're going to forget to
It's
have guns.
nice. They
They're
haven't
gonna
had
forget.
chicken in years.
Yeah, dude.
They've never seen chickens.
It's all rats and lizards.
It's lizards.
Yeah. Dude,
It's
those
all
are the
rats.
happiest North Koreans. in
This
the
is
world.
like a fancy field trip for them.
Yeah,
dude.
we-
You know what? I think because of this,
Yeah.
so many North Koreans are going to sign up in the army.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're gonna-
They-
Yeah,
I don't think
you're right.
I don't
Actually,
think they have a choice. I think famously North
They
Koreans don't
didn't
have a choice.
before, but
Yeah.
now I think quite a few are going to be
Now they're like,
signing up.
We can go, bro. We can go to
Yeah.
Russia. You
had chicken?
have chicken, bro.
Come on, man. Yeah. Babushka? Come on.
I know. That's funny.
okay, I want to relate this to another topic that we're going to talk about later, which is in the Belanjawan.
Okay.
But I think that's for later lah.
North Koreans are in the Belanjawan.
No. Like, you know how you were reporting that North Koreans are possibly gonna want to join the army.
Yeah.
So
national service. is
national.
it?
So we'll talk about that later. So maybe we'll start with some good news, pula lah.
Sure. Okay,
Some
okay.
good news.
Maybe not good news.
Okay, not good news per se. But some
Something will put a smile on your face.
yeah, maybe an unfortunate news for the people involved, but some funny news for the rest of us.
Yeah.
So basically, a Malaysian woman has been taking care of her bedridden husband for 6 years, only for him to remarry a week after divorce. Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Your questions?
yeah.
I have so many questions.
What are your questions?
I have so
Yeah.
many questions. Number one, what was he bedridden with for 6 years?
Six
What was
years is
it?
a lot, actually. Yeah, 6 years is a lot.
It's a long time. That's one.
Is it a coma?
But it's a lot as a man.
Possibly.
It's a lot as a man to get it up after 6 years of not being able to get it up. And suddenly, dude, I want to marry another girl? A week?
Your men are trash, huh?
Yeah.
Check, men are trash.
Yeah, dude.
Trash.
Who is this?
Fucking trash.
It's a Malay guy, like.
It's a Malay guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
surprise. What a shocker. It's a Malay guy.
Yeah, dude. The comedy writes itself there.
Bro.
Come on, man.
It's, you know,
Where are they from?
Do
you happen to know that?
I don't know that actually.
Okay.
I only saw the headline and I thought, okay, I have to.
Holy shit, dude. This is crazy, dude.
Okay.
Dude, but that's ice cold, dude. Like, how do you divorce the person?
Yeah.
Like,
Who took
forget
care
about
of-
him, about her being the wife.
Yeah.
But she took care of you, dude.
Yeah.
When you were fucking bedridden.
Yeah. She
Like-
washed your ass, dude.
At the very least, she washed
She
that.
did.
Dude, that's not a
what
small
she- that's
deal,
not
okay?
a small thing.
That's not a small
People
thing, dude.
think you don't really
That's not a
consider
small
how
thing,
big
dude.
that thing is. And you're
People
like,
don't
you
do
washed
that
a
enough.
grown man's ass.
Yeah, dude.
She
Yeah,
washed you.
No, dude.
That's what I'm saying. No great. It's not. She's not grateful. Sorry, he's not grateful.
yeah.
There's another one. We were just talking about this before we started recording,
Yeah.
which was a couple. The wife got breast cancer,
Oh yeah.
and then after she got like the procedure to
The
get the breast
mastectomy,
removed,
yeah.
the mastectomy.
So
Yeah.
she got rid of.
Yeah,
it.
he divorced her, which is
She was like cancer free after the thing,
yeah. I mean, yeah lah.
and he still divorced her.
Yes.
What
Yes.
What the
He was fighting for like traditional Eugene. I love how now you're saying what the cameras are rolling, and now you're saying what before there's the real, so I was just like, hey, fuck you, good man lah. No, that's I'm being shitty. I'm being shitty.
What
He was fighting for like traditional remedies and procedures so that
Okay.
wouldn't have to cut off the breast. But
Okay.
then she cut off the breast, and then he divorced lah. Get divorced.
No, but maybe there was no option left for her. You know.
No, there's no option left for her.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It was a good thing. But him going, okay, no more. I don't want this. It's
Yeah.
wild.
I don't think we have to ask him whether he's an ass or a guy lah. I think we know which one.
Han, this is real. That's low of you. Dude. That's up.
Oh, it's okay. When you guys said it before now when the cameras are rolling, oh my god.
Fucked up, man. I disagree with all of this. Disagree with this.
But that is ice cold though. Come on.
It's
But
ice cold.
You know,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
that's
terrible,
crazy,
man.
dude.
That's pretty
terrible.
And there was
That's
another
terrible.
Malay dude.
Of course.
Dude, Malay dudes are
Bro,
bro.
we are.
Fucking hell.
Dude.
I keep.
But you know what? I have faith in our generation. That doesn't really happen. At least not to my knowledge, I guess.
I want to say.
I don't have
wanna
many
say,
friends that. I don't have any friends, to be honest, that get up to like that.
No, I think it's the ones that have no friends.
And the one that did actually married the girl without divorcing the first wife. So he has 2 wives now.
Oh my God.
But you know, he's rocking it.
He's loving it.
He can do it.
He can do it. So I guess it's not wrong for him.
He now drives Grab and Lala Move. Support both. It's a good time for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so another story. A Malaysian woman was not seen at her interview because her employer couldn't recognize her due to her using filters on her job application.
That is so funny. That's genuinely so funny.
Imagine like you're the interviewer and you're like, okay, so where's Amelia Henderson? And then turns out it's this person that looks like Mudang.
Damn.
Yeah, he was trying a joke there.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was good. No,
I should have done it at an open mic.
No. We have to try. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's the thing with stand up. I think a lot of people don't understand. You gotta be okay with failing.
This is a gym, though.
Yeah, it's a gym. It's a gym. It's about reps. It's about reps.
You got a spa, right?
Yeah, go to spa.
You got a spa.
Go to spa. So we will follow your comparison.
Yeah.
Because we're on the same side. I would mood that.
What?
Bro.
See, he can't believe he said that.
I love big lips. I love a thicker girl. I know. Okay.
No, but okay. On this. Oh, okay. Why was she using filters on a job application?
No, I think they had to send in a photo. They just had to send in a photo.
Yeah, they just had to send in a photo.
Yeah.
And I think
She sent an edited.
She sent an edited
one
photo.
lah. She didn't send like a passport and IC photo.
Okay, what was the job, bro? You gotta know what the job was.
Do we?
Like, if you're working as like if you're applying to be like a Sephora makeup assistant.
Oh yeah, but
makes sense.
Okay.
You gotta see how you do your own makeup and shit.
That's very true.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're being like, I don't know, if you're gonna be a lawyer, doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
She was applying to PDRM.
Yeah, if you're applying to PRM, yeah.
Like service centers. You don't need.
But yeah, I mean, I get it lah. I get the whole filter thing because I'm like, whatever you need to make you feel better.
Humans are
but
insecure.
even
humans are insecure.
To do it on a job application is one thing, but even if you're doing it on like a dating app, it's weird. But doing it on a job application, it's
I think the whole dating app thing, I think from what I've heard, that is way more common than people realize.
Yeah. But
like you would know way more than me, you know.
That's true.
You married, dude.
That's true. I don't have dating app.
You're not wrong there, lah.
Yeah. Your coffee meets bagel.
Coffee means bagel. Yeah, you gotta pay for that one, kan?
You can technically you can pay for all of them. They'll give you like a premium access.
Sure.
Okay, what does premium get you? What does premium get you on a swiping website?
It gets you unlimited swipes. It gets you I know this. It gets you on Bumble at least. It gets you unlimited swipes.
Yes.
So you don't have. So there's a limit to how many you can swipe.
So like on Bumble,
so you can't just
don't
go
go crazy.
Like,
you don't go crazy.
Sort it out later.
Yeah,
you can't do that. Okay.
So if you get premium, you can go all out, and then you can even like go back. So let's say like you swipe left on this.
Okay, my argument for that is against that is that why swipe in the first place if you're just gonna not even look, right?
But that's the thing. So like if you swipe too much, you can go back, you can like undo. Because maybe you swiped on someone that you like, that you left swipe someone you right on the right swipe.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know how we got to dating apps.
Dude, you're the expert, dude.
Yeah.
You're the expert, dude.
What do you have actually?
I used to have like Tinder, Bumble.
Look at yourself, cover yourself. I used to have.
Yeah, you used to have like.
Now I do not have anymore. Sayang, I don't use dating apps anymore at all. Babe, I don't need to. I don't have Instagram, boy. All I need to see is you.
Dude, but dating apps were wild, man. You need, especially it's a different experience for guys and girls lah when it comes to dating apps, because girls, they get a lot of validation on social dating apps. Like let's say
on dating apps?
On dating apps, yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Why do you say that?
I'll give you two major two stark differences lah. For guys, most of the time you'll swipe right.
Okay.
But you won't get
right
matches.
meaning
Right meaning you like
want.
them.
Okay.
You swipe right, that means you like them.
You like the- you like the girl.
most guys they will swipe right, but most of the swipes were just macam gone in the wind. Like
Yeah.
she didn't like swipe back or whatever.
Okay.
Very rarely you'll get a match.
Yes.
Okay,
Very rarely.
very rarely for a guy
For a
to
guy.
get a match.
Okay.
Unless you're Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
someone.
unless you pay for premium or
Yeah.
stuff
This is
like that.
interesting.
Okay,
Interesting,
but
okay.
for a girl's perspective, most of the time they'll swipe left. They'll swipe left. They see a guy
Most
of the time.
Most
They'll
of the
swipe
time they'll
no.
swipe left. Yes.
Bro, the dating pool is shallow, bro.
Yeah.
It's a 20 cent.
Wait,
Yeah,
the
some-
girls will swipe no most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Because
that
also-
seems a bit counterproductive to being on a dating app in the first place, isn't it?
You would think, but then you have to be selective. You have to be
Yes.
selective because a lot of these, frankly, I feel like a lot of guys on dating apps, we don't put a lot of effort. And I know this because I didn't put a lot of effort in it. It just shows photos that were just there. So I was just like, okay, whatever. And then not think about it. So every once in a while, you see a guy that's like, okay, he seems chill. Whereas with girls, I feel like as a guy, it's just like, it's a numbers game. You just throw,
Right,
which is
right,
kind of
right.
it kind of mimics like real life
Yep,
as well.
yep,
that
yeah,
where guys
definitely.
kind of like go out more and then girls
For
are more
sure.
selective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's making the pool more
shallow lah.
More shallow.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So for girls, they just swipe left for most of the time. But anytime they swipe right, almost every time it's a match.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely always the guy.
Because
swiping
a
right.
girl
Yeah.
would just check her notification. If she pays for a premium or whatever, she can see how many likes she's gotten from other people like swiping
Right,
on her.
right.
So she'll just mostly be swiping left, and she'll just see, oh, you missed a match. You missed a match. You missed a match, and that won't bother them because they have so many other options. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the guy and the girl.
Dating is hard nowadays, dude.
Dating is hard. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like, do you guys still like? Could you still like go out and like at the club meet someone?
At the club.
At the club.
club.
Meet someone? Does that still happen?
I don't know.
Because I know recently I've attended a couple of weddings.
Okay.
A few actually, not just a couple, a few,
Yeah.
and I think like 3 out of 4 of them met online, like met through either Bumble or even
That-
one of them a couple of years ago got married. Church buddies met through Coffee Meets Bagel. Yeah. So it's becoming a thing, though.
It is.
No,
It's becoming a
it
thing.
happens a lot actually.
But I mean, it's so hard because for me, like the one thing that I look at it is because I got wifed up just as this whole like Tinder thing
Sure.
was blowing up.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, so I never really got to dip my toes in it, like really, take a bath
Yeah.
in it. You know, I never really got to do that. So
but did you dip your toes in it?
I tried.
Okay.
Like I tried like downloading, and but nothing
Early
ever,
days lah,
nothing ever really came of it.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
and then I met my current wife. Like
Current wife is wild.
yeah lah.
Current wife is crazy. I met my current wife.
You know what I mean? I met my wife. Like,
If you said I met my first wife, that would have been weird.
I met my wife
I
like
mean, you got 3 more quota.
probably like 2 months after I downloaded Tinder, so I didn't have a need for it. And all of that.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
yeah. So
Lucky you.
I
That's
never
good,
got
yeah.
into it. Yeah,
That's good.
But it was also easy for me because I was in uni. And she was in uni. We met in uni through uni friends and all that. And we were both like international students in an overseas uni. So it wasn't that hard to find each other kind of
That's
thing.
true.
Yeah. So
I feel like uni is easier as well
Yeah.
because you're in
amongst
society. You're
like-
doing
like-minded
all things.
people,
Yeah, lah,
that
it's
kind of
much,
thing.
It's
Yeah.
much
So-
easier.
so
You ever find it weird? Okay, sorry, this is completely diverting. But
Right.
like, you ever find it weird that at Malay weddings people don't dance?
It depends on the Malay weddings.
It
you
depends
go
on the
to.
Malay weddings because I've been to a lot of kampung weddings where there's karaoke and there's
Pocho-pocho.
dancing, pocho-pocho. It is a thing.
Yeah.
But like city weddings in KL,
It doesn't happen as
I've
much.
not seen it.
Yeah,
No,
it
I've
doesn't happen
seen
as much,
people
yeah.
get married, do all the thing, and then they go out, they take pictures, and then people leave, and then at most maybe eat.
Right.
But that's it.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, why don't we dance?
That's true.
You're right.
That's true.
Why don't we
Well,
dance?
okay. There's this thing about Malay weddings that people don't want to admit anymore.
Which is?
Which is, people don't want to admit that it happened, sort of erasing the past kind of thing. And it's like, Malay weddings used to be the best weddings in Malaysia though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
people got drunk and dude.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Dude, I had one of my a person I knew. I'm not going to say who, but a person I knew, and I'm not going to say how I know this person.
Okay.
But when he got married,
Okay.
he was in the army. He's retired now, but he was in the army. And when he got married, like they were pouring beer, like opening bottles of beer and pouring into tempayan, dude, to keep it cold.
That's crazy.
To keep it cold.
That's
And people,
crazy.
whoever wanted beer, bring a mug, pop.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And just, pick up whatever you want from the tempayan, whatever's there,
Yeah.
And that kind of doesn't happen anymore.
But
No,
even outside of getting drunk, Bon, like, why don't... It's a bit weird that it's just become a photo thing.
No, because like you're supposed to, and I blame this somewhat on the Islamization of Malaysia.
Sure.
The hyper-Islamization of
Sure,
Malaysia.
sure. Yeah.
And it's like you're supposed to somehow, and I think this is completely wrong. As a Muslim, I think this is completely wrong. I don't think this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But they sort of take the fun out of it.
Yeah,
Like they
there
slowly
is that. There
take
is that.
aspects that are fun about a religious event.
Or about life.
Or about because while marriage is very intertwined with religion,
Sure.
especially
Yes,
in the Malay culture.
Correct.
But I would say it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, do it for the adat, the ceremonial part of it, but cut out all the unnecessary thing that religion would frown upon. So I think that is the underlying notion of it.
Yeah.
While it may not be said like out loud, but I think that is the prevailing mindset within people. That's why it's turned out that way. Because I've been to some Malay weddings, dude, who still keep up the tradition of like drinking and shit like that, and it can be wild. Like not wild in a vulgar sense, but just fun. Just fun. Like everybody's letting loose kind of thing. Like,
which I feel like does happen. Like, I mean, for me I see it in kampongs a lot, but not here.
In kampong, people are drinking.
Not drinking,
not
but like
drinking, but
enjoying
they let
themselves.
loose.
They
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
loose because it's like it's going to be the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole day people are coming in and out because it's a kampong and everyone's kind of related to each other.
Right.
So people take their time if
Right.
you want to come in the morning or in the evening. And there is just this general aspect of like, it's fine. dude,
Yep.
chill.
There's always food around.
There's always food around,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
catch up with people.
Yep.
But this whole like, you just come in and you leave. I don't love that.
In the city, there's a lot of that.
City is a lot of that.
You set up in a badminton hall, then
Badminton
you don't
hall
even
or like
meet,
hotel and all that.
You
and
don't even meet the pengantin,
Yeah. And you get it because they have to pay rent
Yep.
to rent the space,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is okay lah. I get it, but like
Sad.
Yeah, and you just go there to take pictures with the bride and groom, and that's it.
And even then, that has become from the weddings that I've attended, that has turned into like, this is proof that I was here. More than I actually wanted to be here. The taking picture part.
Yeah.
I find that I realize that a lot. Like people just want to take a picture because they want to show that I was here at your wedding.
Yeah. It's the thinning of culture.
The fabric
But
culture,
I think it's also for them to preserve some of the memories they have.
No, that's good. No, I mean on the side of the wedded couple, of course that's what they are in it for lah. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the local news that we have. So I think we'll be getting into some more serious stuff. This is our first time doing it. It's most likely boring stuff lah, to be honest. We're gonna talk about
But important.
Yes.
It's important stuff.
Boring,
especially
but important stuff.
amongst the youth.
Yes.
I feel like young people should at least start to take at least keep an eye out for these kinds of things. I mean, I'm getting to my mid-30s, and I feel like eventually we are going to be in charge of this place. So we gotta start taking cues.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about Belanjawan 2025. By the time of this recording, it happened like a few days ago. So in case you didn't know, every year our finance minister, which will do a budget presentation basically to the country about how they're gonna spend the money, what
government is gonna spend money.
how the government is gonna spend the money, what policies they're gonna improve and whatnot. So basically, there's a few subsidies, but I'm gonna start with we actually allocated 421 billion ringgit for Belanjawan 2025, which is crazy amount of money.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah,
Is that our biggest budget ever?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
It is our biggest budget
Yeah,
ever.
for government spending.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I just wish they would have like lessened by 1 billion.
Sure.
It would be 420 billion. That would be perfect. But
okay.
we'll cut that out.
We don't have to cut. Do we have to cut that out? If
No.
you know, you know.
No,
Lah.
we keep the magic by not editing it out. Yeah. Okay, so there are a few subsidies that I think most people should know about. It will involve the RON 95 distribution subsidy,
Yes.
which will go on in mid 2025.
What's it going to do?
It's gonna help basically cover the deficit
Okay.
for the money that we might have lost or trying to recover back from petrol dealings before this.
Right. Okay. So does that mean that RON 95 is going to get cheaper? Is it going to help lower the price?
I think it's maintaining, no?
Yeah, it's maintaining the price mostly lah. Yeah, it's maintaining the price. So previously they've done one with diesel, so they maintain the price. But after they cancel that one, the price of diesel soared for a bit, and now I think they're trying to control the diesel subsidies by providing subsidies for RON 95.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they also increase STR, which is they're gonna implement STR increase. You know
what is STR?
STR? I did a research about this and I forgot. I think it's something to do with service tax
Reduction.
service tax reduction. Yeah, and they're gonna reduce some taxes.
Right. Okay.
In
Continue.
2025.
Oh.
So you might want to check that
Yeah,
out. I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Which taxes?
Service tax rate. I think it's gonna be for like services for I don't know, maybe.
Oh, STI is Semangat Tunai Rahmah.
Oh, okay.
I was way off.
That's not even the same language.
Come on, guys.
That's not even the same language, guys.
Yeah.
I was way off.
Yeah, that's like that's whole Anwar's whole scheme for bribing the B40 M40.
Yes.
We call it what it is, dude.
Is it?
Anytime the government gives you money that doesn't really make a difference, it's a bribe.
Yeah, and
Wait, isn't it? I thought Semangat Tunai Rahmah is for like specifically housing and all that. No.
No. Like I think it's just cash.
Benefits, right?
Yes.
It's just cash banked into your account magically every quarter.
yes.
Okay.
So it depends on your situation basically.
Yeah, I
So-
think the base is like 150, 100.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
That's not
Over
bad
the year.
Yes.
That's not
over 1 year.
So if your wage is under a certain rate that the government put, so you are entitled to get, for example, if you have kids, you originally get 200 ringgit, but now you get 250 ringgit.
Okay.
So for elderly people, previously you got 150 ringgit. Previously you got 100 ringgit. Now you get a minimum of 150 to 500 ringgit.
Okay.
Which
Damn.
is it's basically bribing cow.
Yeah.
I mean, is it bribing or is it taking care of the rakyat?
I mean, it's perspectives lah. You can look at if you are desperately in need of the money, then it's very like it's great for you lah.
Yeah lah.
It's great for you. But say you don't need the money, then I think like
But we're talking about household income, right? Like they're
Yes.
looking at household income.
Yes.
So most likely these people do need the money.
do need the money. So they're trying to they're trying to manage and then trying to keep a lookout on the wages of these people lah that are trying to apply for this thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that our Prime Minister also mentioned, that they're going to keep a stricter lookout for this.
They should.
Yeah.
To be fair, the only problem I would have with this is like it kind of stops companies from having to pay a living wage lah.
Okay, so
That's the thing.
Okay, so that's one more thing. Another thing is that now the minimum wage has risen.
Okay.
Yeah, so it went from 1,500 to 1,700.
Okay.
Yes, and that is like a low skilled job lah, basically.
That's
so
base lah.
That's base, low skilled job. So they also set some standards basically for other jobs, such as if you're a mechanical engineer, your minimum wage as soon as you graduate, it will be your minimum wage will be 3,380 ringgit.
Okay.
A month.
Yeah, a month.
Okay.
Yeah, your
That's not
minimum
bad
wage.
for a
Yeah.
fresh
Fresh
graduate.
grad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And I think that's good for like for especially new
And that applies like across the board, even in the private sector.
in the private sector
As long as
also.
you work
So
in Malaysia.
yeah, so they have to comply. All these companies have to comply.
Okay.
Right.
So if you're an industrial technician and you're involved in export also, your minimum wage is 2,290 ringgit
This is for?
industrial technician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not bad at all, actually.
Not bad. So I mean, it's 421 billion ringgit. So there's a lot of money to go around.
Yeah,
lah.
I
So,
suppose.
and if you use a lot of public transport, you will get a bus pass of 50 ringgit for regular bus or rail users.
50 ringgit a month or what?
50 ringgit a month.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
really
I think
not bad.
that will cover it, dude.
That will
Yes.
cover it easily.
Yeah. And a company which hires any disabled personnel or ex-convicts will get 600 ringgit incentives for the first 3 months.
The company or the convict?
The company.
Okay,
So
I have
it-
no problem with the disabled and OKU,
Yeah.
but the convicts?
Come
No,
on,
I think it's
dude.
just for
They
them.
need to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ex-convicts, they have problems finding jobs
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Understood.
this is an initiative
Understood.
for them to.
But I don't know. To me, like there's a slippery slope there.
Which one?
Like if you start incentivizing hiring of convicts, you know, there's going to be a part when the rubber meets the road where you are just getting like, number one, you have to disclose whether these people are convicts.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's not going to go down all that well with like customer facing
Sure.
businesses, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one. But you know, if you're hiring a convict to work in a factory, I get that. That works. That works actually really well. But I mean, I don't know. It's a bit, because we don't have excuse me. We don't have all our documentation, especially for the labor force. You know, in Malaysia, we don't have things like unions.
No.
You know, things like that. So number one is that, and another thing that you should worry about is if these convicts are actually taking away opportunities from regular citizens.
Oh, they wouldn't.
You know?
Man. I feel like, the thing that's protecting us with what you're saying is that Malaysians hate convicts. We hate convicts. We hate prisoners.
Okay.
It's very obvious that we do.
Yep.
And it's gotten to a point where we're like I think we're over, like our prison population has gotten to a point where resources cannot even meet it anymore.
Right.
Because there are so many people. So when we talk about like, taking these convicts, possibly taking jobs away from people and stuff, I know that there are companies and there are people who run this work who will be completely okay with not hiring convicts and who would rather not hire convicts.
Yeah.
Because Malaysians really don't like
Yeah,
prisoners. Like,
yeah.
it's just very obvious.
Yeah.
We have this idea that if they are in prison, they deserve it, and anything that we do to them is worth it. Because that's the thing about Malaysia, Ken, is that we live in we have kind of first world touches about the way we live.
Agreed.
But our prisons are third world.
Yep.
100%
For
third
sure,
world.
yeah.
Like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
People don't care. There's no cameras. There's no nothing. There's no reform or anything.
Yeah.
So I think this is helpful because I would say there are more ex-convicts struggling to get a job than getting jobs easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is just for an initiative for the government to help at least some of the unemployed, especially if they're ex-convicts who I think a lot of companies, they share your sentiments, you know, they will be
Very hesitant.
they're very hesitant in like hiring ex-convicts, especially. So but I think this at least gives them an opportunity, especially for ex-convicts, you know, to show the world that we are not just ex-convicts, you know. We can change, you know. Human beings can change.
Take them out of the cycle of offending couple.
Yeah.
It would help.
That would help all these ex-convicts because once they get jobs, they'll have
That's
less.
clean.
Yeah, that's clean.
Yeah.
They'll have they are less likely to get back into the world that they came from or whatever. So I think this is good for them.
Right.
Right.
I guess it remains to be seen.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So another one is that veterans of the army, which is from Angkatan Tentera Malaysia, who is on living assistance, they will get an increase of monthly allowance of 300 ringgit to 500 ringgit
Oh, for their pension.
for their pension.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really
So
nice.
So I can get behind that. Okay.
And another thing that I think we're gonna talk about for a bit, we mentioned earlier that North Korea is likely to
Join Russia.
to join Russia, and their North
The
Korean
population is
citizens
gonna
is
sign
gonna
up.
want to sign up for
Yeah.
yeah.
Military. Yeah.
National service.
So getting into that, another point from Belanjawan 2025 is that they're gonna create PLKN 3.0.
Right.
which-
Right now, there is a PLKM program currently.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
There's no-
they
there's no
they
PLKM.
called
They
off a
stopped
few
it
years
since
ago.
2012,
Wow.
something like that. 2010.
Yes,
something like that.
Yes, but and it stopped for a while, but I think they're gonna they'll be
So
doing
kicking things back up lah ni.
kicking things back up in 2025. But the last time we had PLKN, the budget was 500 million ringgit. The last time we had the year we had it
For the PLKM program.
for the PLKN program, PLKN 2.0 for the last time we had it, 500 million.
Okay.
God
But
damn.
yeah, but now it's just gonna be 50 million.
Okay.
Just more like it.
Yeah,
that
so I
makes more sense.
yeah, I think so
500 million?
500 million.
God
yeah.
damn. What a waste of money. None of them can shoot nowadays.
Yeah, 500 million for what?
Okay. So okay.
Well, I mean,
before,
okay,
before we
now
get into
50
that,
I mean, I get
yeah, now
it. Ammo is expensive.
Yes.
Like teaching them how to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Holy
before we get into like the money and stuff like that. Okay,
okay.
what do you think? What do you guys think about PLKN?
National service.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing from a perspective of like, like this is me speaking from like my cousins and stuff lah. Like I know how much we are divided as a country and separated into our own little communities, with race and religion and all of this.
Yeah.
I think national service is good because you put these people in the same unit where it's Malays, Chinese and Indians and lain-lain. You put them in the same unit and you force them to work together because now their common enemy is the sergeant.
Yeah.
Because the sergeant's being to everyone.
Yeah.
And that genuinely will breed more
Camaraderie. Yeah.
Because these are the people you're next to when you're in the mud.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Sure. Yeah.
But and I get that like, it's a bit like pro-military and stuff, and there is that element, but like from a standpoint of like, you cannot deny that there are places in Malaysia that are just like bubbles, and pushing people out of those bubbles is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Because like and I think it shouldn't even be like, I don't remember the exact like specifications for joining PLKN. Is it just like you have an IC and then that you
I
enter
think
it?
you're
Basically
18
in a
years,
random lottery. Anyone between the ages of 17 to 30 years old.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So 30 is the last year of eligibility in order to be selected
I see.
for PLKN.
Phew.
Yeah. I don't know, 3.0 might be different. Dude.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope not. But basically, I think you mentioned PLKN is a way that for them to like, Malays, Indian, Chinese to assimilate.
Yes.
But I think there are other ways for you to simulate. Like for example, like schools.
Yeah, schools.
I think
schools is actually a better way.
Yeah, schools.
Yeah.
I think instead of PLKN, let's say if that is what they want to do lah. Let's say they want to increase the camaraderie between the races. I think they can just do it at school.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
and what is this vision you have in your mind for it?
Okay, this is a bit of a
for schools.
Okay, maybe an unpopular opinion.
Okay,
Go ahead.
But I don't think we should have Chinese schools or Indian schools.
So it's only Malay schools.
Right.
No. I think
Only
it should
Malay
be
people should be educated.
No.
Chinese and Indian people.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I think there should be one national school
Yeah.
where everyone will learn Malay, English. Should they choose to learn an additional language like Mandarin or Cantonese or Tamil, they can. For any race.
I think it's compulsory. You need to learn 3.
Yeah.
That makes it a bit.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be so much more helpful for the Malays.
Yeah, it would be.
More so.
It
Because
really
I think
would be.
for a lot of Malays, we have this barrier, especially when it comes to language. Because
Betul.
for us, we can speak English,
Yeah.
we can speak Malay, but that's all we can.
Yeah.
But like a lot of other, I would say minorities in Malaysia, they are trilingual.
Yes.
You know, like for
Yes.
Indian Malaysians or Chinese Malaysians, they're all trilingual, maybe even quadrilingual.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think this is a good way for us to achieve the camaraderie or the muhibahness.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, through schools instead of doing PLCAN, which it's not that I disagree with,
Yeah.
but if that's what they're going for, I think they can do a better.
I agree too, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with schools, I think so. I have talked to a lot of like non-Malay friends about this, and their hesitation is that the loss of Chineseness and Indianness, their culture, and I completely get that.
Okay.
Because if you go to SMKs, you will see it that the education is diverted
Are there still
towards
high
Malay
schools
thinking.
that are primarily Chinese high schools and
Well, I mean, like,
Tamil high schools? Because if I'm not mistaken, they're only at the primary school level. Because why I think that is because I went to a school nearby, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Bandar Utama 4.
Okay.
Okay, it's the one right opposite the Curve. And
Oh, yeah.
Utama.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my school, my high school. And it was 95% Chinese, with the other 5% being the DLLs lah.
Yalah.
The Malays,
siapa-siapa lah. Yeah.
the Indians, and also a very big minority were orang asli.
Okay.
Yeah, indigenous people.
okay.
Yeah, that came from the Bukit Lanjan area.
Okay.
So why I bring that up is because when I was in school, there were actually quite a few Malay students that went to Chinese primary schools.
Yes. Yeah.
That ended up in my school, SMK Bandar Utama 4. And even the people that went to Chinese schools, the normal Chinese kids that went to normal Chinese schools, they ended up in the SMK
Yes.
Bandar Utama 4. So that's what I'm wondering, whether do we actually already have quite a good balance? Because even in my school, it was a Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan, SMK, normal SMK, national school. But we had specific Chinese teachers who taught Chinese, Mandarin.
Yes.
To whoever wanted to pursue that
Mandarin
on the high school level.
Okay.
So that went on, and some Malay kids actually do take that. You know,
That's a great initiative.
But
At
it's
least
not
until-
just about
until the form
language,
three level.
though. It's not just about language, and I think for me that's where I'm coming from. Is like, yes, language is one aspect of this, but also history. Like, our history that we teach in schools isn't exactly accurate, and it's not
accurate at all.
covering the whole like possibilities of what it means to be Malaysian. Let's be honest here. We don't talk about how North Borneo did not exist with us for a long time, and Sarawak was its own kingdom.
and then suddenly you're Malaysians.
Yeah, and then Kelantan, Kedah, and Terengganu paid to Patani for a long time. You know, we don't get into this, and we don't even talk about how like Malays, before we were considered Malays by the British, we were separated into Minang, Jawa, Bugis, wherever. We don't. So when I'm coming from is that like I want to make sure, if I had like this school lah, let's say lah, I want to make sure that in terms of even Chinese Malaysian history, because it does exist here. Teng He brought Islam to Malaysia. Like that's a thing. Or the fact that that the Tun Bendahara was Indian Muslim man.
Yes.
And that's where we get the word mamak from. You know what I mean? Like there's little things that like isn't taught. And if we do go into like one school and one school system, these things have to be taught. It cannot just be about language. And it has to be taught to all students, even the ones who it supposedly doesn't apply to.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're too separated. And this, which is why I like the idea of a national service. Because you you move away from having to push that to work on that education system.
Right.
But what would actually be better is if you spend some time working on an education system that covers everyone, and then you don't have to send them to military school in order to feel united.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know, national service, like going back to the national service issue, for me, my thing is that you should have national service, but in my opinion, it should actually be national service. It's like similar to how the South Koreans or the Singaporeans do it.
Yeah.
It should actually be if it's going to be conscript style,
Yes.
which it is now.
Yes.
Or where it's a non-volunteer basis, where you're randomly selected, drafted, then I think it should be a matter of you go do your national service 2 years, 3 months, then
Yeah.
you know, you're not.
Yeah, South Korea is 3 years. Singapore is what?
2 years.
2 years.
You know. And like in Singapore, when I was studying in Australia, in Singapore, a lot of my Singaporean friends, they were there because of they were trying to get promoted to the next rank in the military.
Yes, correct.
So a lot of them were trying to become captains.
Yes.
From I'm not sure, I think it was probably lieutenant or sergeant, somewhere there, but they were trying to become captains, and with the degree they would become captains. You know, they were sponsored by the Singapore government, Singapore military and all that. And for me, that would be a more ideal way of implementing national service.
Yeah.
Because if you at the end, in Singapore, for example, at the end of the 2 years, you can choose. You want to go? Do you really want to stay in the military, or you want to go off into public life? You know, civilian life, and that is an option not afforded to our PLKN graduates.
Betul.
You know, at least in its old iteration. So one thing I think that should be is a more dedicated, how would I say, a more dedicated plan and program in order to achieve, like, if you met some of the guys that I went to uni with, you're not gonna mess with them though. You you know these guys are military people.
Yes.
You know, you just know how they're built. Like they might not be good athletes.
No,
know,
but it's not. It's the mindset.
Like gifted wise,
Yeah.
athletically, they might not be.
Yeah.
Like they don't run the fastest, they don't jump the highest, but mindset, like you said, mentally, like they're tough. They're like super tough people. And going through a military program for 2 years, by hook or by crook, builds that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
And I think that would be, if you're gonna spend like previously 500 million.
Yeah, if you're gonna spend that much money,
you should at least have a product that comes out of it. Not like you spend 3 months there, you go leave, you go continue your studies, and then there's nothing. You know, like if God forbid Malaysia goes to war in the next 5 years, and you get conscripted, you don't even remember how to fire a gun anymore.
betul.
You know, what's the point of that? Like that's how I feel about it. Yeah.
All right. I would love to continue the conversation, but I think we are running out of time.
Yeah.
But that's all we got for Belanjawan 2025. Basically, we're also learning on the job also. So
Yeah.
Those of you who take public transport, take advantage of that.
Yeah. There's a lot of
that
benefits.
$50 a month. That's gonna help a lot.
If you're struggling,
Those are policies I can get behind.
Yeah,
That's some good.
Yeah.
so make sure you check out Belanjawan 2025 and find out if you are eligible to some of the subsidies or benefits that you are entitled to. And as usual, keep updated with us. Follow, like, and subscribe. Oh, sorry.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Comment.
Yeah. Comment. All right. Thank you so much, Irfan, for joining us.
Welcome, bro.
We'll see you guys for the next episode. All right. Ciao.
Let's go.